Okay, the last day at the office. Okay, sign is removed, holes are plugged up. The signage on the window is removed. I did leave the numbers. Okay, going inside, the reception area, the waiting room. We got lights, 2, 3, 4. The switch for the lights are over here. Okay, I've got the walls. We're keeping the blinds in here, and the blinds between the front office, and everything's down to the cement, to the concrete. This is the reception area. Okay, we have the light switches for the reception area. There's a couple of lights up here. Blinds between the reception area, blinds on the front window, and again down in concrete. We have an outlet, telephone jack. This is a switch for the hallways. It's a 3-way switch. I have some extra keys, I think, to power the electrical box and the mailbox. Okay, this is the air conditioner. It's got a battery in there, so when I shut off all the power, it'll still be on. This was a bathroom up front. The bathroom has a light switch to the right. It also has a vent. The vent's off, and that's the switch for the vent. Okay, the commode is plugged. The hot and cold is off. The sewer is plugged, and the linoleum floor is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This was the X-ray East room. Okay, we have a light, vent, light switches over here. 1 light, 2 switches. Anyway, that's that. The X-ray is actually over here. Those ports are covered. There's no wires in here. Next room would be operatory 1 and 2. This is where the services came in. There's 4 service access in this office. Behind these boxes are both a water line, a vacuum line, a high pressure line for from the compressor, and a sewage line, and an electrical outlet is all in there. Okay, there was a sink here. That's hot and cold is closed off, and that's plugged off. And the light switch is over here for these 2 lights. 1, 2. Anyway, so that's operatory 1. This is operatory 2. Same thing. It has that floor services access. We have a switch for these lights. Anyway, so that's that switch. We had a sink, hot and cold water, no dripping, and the sewers over here. Okay, so we did that. Next room this was the sterilization area. We have neon lights up there. The switches were over here. We had a sink that we used here. Hot and cold is shut off. The sewer is kind of plugged up. There was another hot and cold line on this side and a sewer on that line, but that was never used and actually capped off on that one. Okay, and I said the hallway had a 3-way switch. This is the other switch for the hallway, right over here. This is operatory 3 and 4. Again, that's covered. That's the services, same 5 items there. We had a sink along this wall, hot and cold, and a sewer covered up. Operatory 4. Oh, and the light switch is here for this. Anyway, so that's that switch. These lights here, the switch is on this wall right here. Bam, bam. So we have we have those lights there, and again, we had a sink here, hot and cold, and that plug over there. There's a plug down here. This is the lab area. Lab area has light switches, bam, bam. And bam, up there we had a sink, hot and cold, and the thing is there. No dripping or anything, everything's sealed up over here. This area I had a microwave, refrigerator, that kind of stuff. This overhead light switch is here. And both front and back of the office has these lit exit signs. That was about $2,000 to get involved, to get installed. Pissed me off. Anyway, so they're on all the time. And the door. Out back of the office. This is Suite C. Okay, now there's the back parking lot. There's those pizzas down there. And that's as exciting as that gets. I'm going to close this and lock it. Okay. This is my private office back here. And this is where the circuit breaker panel is. I'm shutting off lights. I think you figured that out. This area, this is a closet now, but this had my my electrical equipment in there. A couple of compressors, a vacuum pump, a water control, and the switch is over here for the light up there. All the covered panels have no wires in them, and they're covered up. This one has something in there. This is some of the plumbing. This is a switch that would shut off, an electrical switch that had a remote control that would shut off the water going to the operatories. And sometimes the dental units would leak, and it would cause leaking in the facility. So I was able to shut off the water to all the operatories every night. Right now they're all shut off. And normally this would have been closed and these two would be open, and the switch would allow the water to come up here around there. Right now everything is off. This is also for a water unit. Down here there's the vacuum line, so all the vacuum comes out here, went to a motor and went into a drain, a floor drain. These copper tubings were for the air compressor. The air compressors were connected to that and they go to different operatories. We got a cold water line going up to a hot water heater. And this is the hot water heater coming down. And this is a hot water drain. So this is a drain line, an overflow drain in case a hot water heater would fail. The overflow would be caught and go into the drain and not cause damage. It's a new hot water heater. 7 of 2014 is when I got it. Okay, off the we have a couple of outlets. A telephone, another outlet. Okay, in here was a private bath. Had a private bath. The switches are on the right. Right now there's the light switch. And then we have an overhead vent. And we shut that off. Right now the water is all on. Okay, that was the cold. That's the hot. And this is the commode. It's one of the low volume toilets and it works pretty good. Okay. And we'll see that shut off. Anyway, also in my private bath is a shower. So I have a shower back there, and that was real handy. And you see it shut off pretty quick. Okay, so this is the circuit breaker panel. Right now, circuit breaker number 1 had the X-ray west. I removed the X-ray and that circuit breaker's off. Number 3 was an X-ray east. That circuit breaker's off. The X-ray is removed and the wires are removed. Number 11, 12, 13, 14 were for the services, the various compressors and water pumps and everything else over there. The equipment was removed. The circuit breakers removed all the wiring from the circuit breaker panel up through those panels were removed, so that's all gone. Number 32 was the neon dental sign that was outside the office up front. Again, the sign was removed, the wire, all the conduit was removed from the front of the office to the back, the wiring into the panels removed, the circuit breakers removed, there's nothing in there. What else? That's about that. Over here was a timer for the outside neon light, and over here was a panel for the alarm system. The alarm system's removed. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, shut the water off from the service, and then I'm going to come back in and get an image of the water being like shut off. Then I'll be shutting off all the circuit breakers, and that's it. So right now the water line, the water panel is out here in front of the office. I'm going to shut off both lines of the water. That's one. Okay, so it's the middle one out front. It's actually the one with the plastic PVC pipe. Okay, so now back in. Now I'm going to play with the circuits. We're going to shut off everything. Okay, I'm shutting off the front office lights. Shutting off this one. The hall lights are going. The bathroom lights are being shut off. This operatory light is being shut off. This operatory light is being shut off. Okay, the X-ray room light is being shut off. That operatory, this one, lab is being shut off. Okay, the hallway will be shut off. Closet will be shut off. I'll leave this open. If I want to turn the water on and let it drain a little bit. That's the cold water, that's the hot water. And that's draining for a few moments. And you can see it's kind of like wimping out. Anyway, this indicates that the water to the office is shut off. Obviously there is water and hot water here, which is located above the closet in there. And anyway, so that's off, that's off. I'm leaving that the way it is and turning this light off. I'm going to be shutting off all the circuits. That's already off. And this is the air conditioning block. That's off. Okay, I'm getting to the last one. This one is for this room. See that? So I have that, and this is the last circuit breaker to shut off. I'm going to turn off this panel. I'm going to shut off the circuit breaker, and all the circuit breakers to the office are off. And you can kind of see they're all in a line here. Everything's turned off. And it's all dark. And I'm walking out the front. And you will notice I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of power in this thing. The thermostat must have a battery in it. Everything to the office is off, and we're leaving these keys. I'm mailing the office door keys to the America West, and this is the electrical box and some other keys. And that's pretty much, that's it. Locking the door, and after we're locked after 27 years, goodbye my dental office. Thank you for 27 years of dentistry.